For about 5 months, I had been experiencing dizziness almost every single day. Within those 5 months, I probably had 4 really bad episodes of vertigo for about an 8-hour time frame where I couldn't stand up. I was sick, vomiting, and there was no way that I could function in the day. It didn't seem to correlate with anything. So it would sometimes happen in the morning, sometimes it would happen in the evening, and it got to the point where I couldn't really function. I had so much anxiety about leaving the house. Is it just going to am I going to have an episode while I'm driving? So I just constantly felt anxious. And then luckily you told me that there was a possibility that it was my bite, and I had tried everything: acupuncture, I had tried vitamins, I had tried massage, everything that would, I actually even got an MRI to make sure that it wasn't a brain tumor. They diagnosed it, the ENT diagnosed it as Meniere's disease, and that I just needed to wait it out and have a low salt diet. I did all of that stuff and still nothing seemed to work. And it was just very, very frightening and horrifying.
And what was your experience with the DTR procedure, during it, and how would you explain it to the patients, or what you were thinking?
Well, I am not a big fan of going to the dentist. It's something that causes great anxiety for me, but you were really calm about it and sure that this was an avenue to go to. So I trusted you. But the other thing is that the procedure itself it doesn't hurt. It's nothing that was really felt frightening. And I mean, immediately after the first treatment, there was a huge change. It really felt like it all went away. I definitely felt difference in my bite. I mean, it was interesting because chewing, it took a little, 2 days to kind of feel like how to work with this new set of teeth of mine, but it wasn't something that it was uncomfortable, and it was an immediate effect for me. When
did you start seeing resolution of your symptoms?
I would say by the next day. I didn't wake up with any soreness in my jaw. It did take me some time to get used to sleeping because for 25 years I had been sleeping with a bite plate, and with the procedure it didn't call for a bite plate anymore. So that was kind of new to get used to that. I was so used to clenching, it was kind of just my way of being. And not having that, I had to train my body needed to get used to actually having teeth that were functioning properly. But I would say it took about a week for me to settle in that way, but during the week I didn't have any dizziness. It was just kind of learning the new space here, my body learning it.
And when you clench now, you don't get the same type of sensation that you did previously, that you feel as though you're getting your bite just feels better, more protective, more efficient.
Yeah, and I don't even think I'm clenching anymore. I don't think that's happening. I mean, chewing is fine. I'm grinding my teeth well. I think that when I go to bed now, I would just tighten up. That was just kind of the way of being. It doesn't happen anymore.
Excellent. So you feel a little bit more release in the muscles are relaxed, and you wake up in the mornings and you don't have these episodes or headaches.
No, I mean, and it's interesting because I remember one of the actions I would always do when I woke up prior to this would open up my mouth to stretch my jaw, because it would always be so tight and tired, and it would radiate up to my head and to the lower back and to the neck and the top of my back. And I guess I still have the habit of doing that, but there's no tightness. So it's kind of oh wow,
Yeah.
It's nice.
Did you think that any of the other medical professionals, colleagues, are aware of the relation of how the bite might influence some of these symptoms or headaches? And what's your experience with
I don't think so. I mean, you were the only person to kind of suggest that to me, that my issues could be related to my bite. The acupuncturist said nothing about it. She more went towards the iron deficiency and my age, what might be happening in my cycle. The ENT went with it's probably stress related, and that it could have been a virus that went into the ear. So now I had Meniere's, but nothing was ever brought up that it could be bite related. So I don't think that it's really out there. I know that I'm telling my friends if they have got migraines, any symptoms that is like from the neck up, I'm like, everything's related now. Go to the dentist,
Right.
Go to Dr. Oshetski.
Well, at least, have a proper visual occlusal evaluation and to just make sure that that your bite may not be influencing or causing some of these extra muscle contractions that, for you, led to Meniere's type symptoms and syndrome. And for other people, it could be other things.